Yo, 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 it's your boy Casual Rail with the Silent A podcast. And man, we're back with another one. And a quick one at that. Yo, hit that like button. It's free. Comment below. And as always, subscribe if you got the time, and we appreciate that love. And for this, let's get straight into it. July 19, 2025. We saw a legend step back in the game, right? We saw a legend challenge himself at the age of 46. My man from the Philippines, Hall of Famer, Manny Pacquiao taking on the likes of Mario Barrios. We saw a draw get dished out, handed out on the behalf of both fighters. For somebody who didn't watch the fight, if you just, didn't watch the pay-per-view and just caught a few highlights, you might have thought that this thing was really a draw and that the fighter and Pac-Man Pacquiao, came back and just didn't have enough to get over the hump of the younger fighter. And that is clearly, if you watch the full fight all the way, play it back, and those who definitely watched it live and watched it with us, salute to you as we scored it live, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao was robbed of a glorious victory. It wasn't the greatest fight of all fights, but it was something entertaining, more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. Originally, we did pick Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao to win by decision, very close decision. But in this case, as we watched the fight, watched his activity, and really, more importantly, watched the lack there of output from the likes of Mario Barrios, we had to score 8-4. Worst case, it could have been 7-5 if you want to give a swing round or so to Mario Barrios. But his output, his lackluster performance, in the activity from the likes of Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao to us secured the victory for the veteran to be one of the oldest world champions in the sport of boxing. Took that away from us, robbed us, gave us a draw. Now, in a lot of cases, the draw means it's not it's not a loss officially on your record, but that is disrespectful for a legend that you had come out of retirement, 4 years out of the game, get you pay-per-views, get you fanfare and tickets sold at the MGM Arena. Stars coming out of anywhere that haven't been out to a boxing match in forever. All this to have Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao dedicate himself back to the sport of boxing, train, get in there, put on a decent performance, and legitimately rob him. Many of us was worried that they were going to rob Mario Barrios because they wanted Pac-Man Pacquiao to win, get the historical night, but we saw the opposite. So the question of the day, as you read the title, is why was Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao robbed? It's simple. It's the business of boxing. It's the same reason that many thought that Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao was going to get a lot of favors in this fight, because it's the business of boxing, keep growing the brand, but that is not the case. In this case, they were betting their money on the likes of Mario Barrios. That's why Mario Barrios was the favorite on the betting odds, and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao was a close underdog, plus 200. That means the business of boxing, the betting odds thought, and the bettors behind the scene, the ones who control the money, thought that, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao was going to bring the money. They betted on that to happen. PBC, the brand, the promoters, everybody knew he was going to bring butts to seats, sell some pay-per-views, to get this bread, get this check, and Barrios was going to walk out a victor. That was their thought. That's why the odds were the way they were. And don't get it twisted. You can't put it all on them. So did the fans, the casuals for sure. But when Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao walked out and did what he did that night, they can't have that. The betting odds the way they were. You're going to lose some good money because there's probably a lot of people betting on a fight like this, especially with a known fighter. So you got to save the bread. You got to save the money. But more importantly, outside of that, we don't know the longevity of Pacquiao, and neither did the PBC and the money behind the scenes. Yes, we could set up another big fight with the likes of Floyd Money Mayweather, as we called it that night. That's what they're pushing for, either a Floyd fight, Earl the True Spence come out of retirement, and yes, you have heard Rolando Romero. So there is some one-off, spin-off fights for Pacquiao. But if I'm continuing trying to grow the brand, what is the best way for me, PBC, the company who was in competition with the likes of Turkey Al-Sheikh and others, to continue to fight, continue to grow, and to continue to get financial gain? I got to have multiple streams of avenue. What's the best way for me to secure this? I give you a draw. Now both fighters, no loss on their record from this last fight. They both walk out okay, unscathed. Both careers, both lanes are now salvageable. So when we walked into this fight, you only had one lane, right? The likes of Mario Barrios, a champion from PBC, WBC welterweight champion. Now you walked out with two avenues. You got still that WBC belt for Mario Barrios. They're probably going to pimp him out to something else, even if he doesn't stay champion at 147, because he did complain he was going to go 154 now. He couldn't make the weight no more. That still saves him because in theory, he didn't lose to Pacquiao. He can go up, get a 154 fight, maybe with the likes of Boots Ennis or whoever. They sell him out to that, get another big fight. And on top of that, I got a still opportunity with Manny Pacquiao. Now I've got two avenues of approach, two avenues of revenue. So if you want to know why Manny Pacquiao was robbed that night, and it's kind of crazy to say that a legend, a Hall of Famer, was robbed, because it's really disrespectful for what they did to him. They almost treated him like he was a regular boxer. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, when you step back into that ring, all boxers are equal. But at the same time, you got a Hall of Famer that came back out of the game, came back and dedicated himself for the sport of boxing, came back and fought for your brand, your pay-per-view at that, and sold probably more pay-per-views than you have sold all year. And to treat him like that when he deservedly won the damn fight, all in the name of the business of boxing, I get it. Money talks. Everything else walks. So I definitely understand it. Still disgusted, but I get it. I understand it. You got to do what you got to do. Riyadh season. Turkey Al-Sheikh is on everybody's neck, and they're challenging everybody, and they're putting on hell of a cards and taking the stable away from a lot of people. So you got to do what you got to do to survive. So right now it is survival tactics for the likes of PBC and other brands. It's not just PBC. It's other promoters, other brands. It is on right now. And the boxing game is very competitive. So why was the likes of the Hall of Famer Manny Pacquiao robbed? Simple, and you already know it. It's for the business of boxing. But you thought the Hall of Famer was going to get the favor of the business of boxing. But in this case, actually, the person who got the favor was actually the business itself, who now has two avenues of approach, two financial streams, two, even if it's just two one-offs, two big opportunities to continue to grow the brand. Now that's nasty work, but real recognize real. I get it. I understand it, but it is what it is. Pacquiao should be welterweight champion, no matter what we thought about how he skipped the line to get there. He earned that scrap. He earned that fight. He got the draw. Now, with that said, yeah, I got to it. I bet a little bit on a draw for that one. I did see that coming as an opportunity. But when we scored it live, I scored in favor of Pacquiao. But it is what it is, man. We talked way too long on this. You get it or you don't. It's the business of boxing. Two avenue streams. Yes, they robbed Pacquiao. Yes, he won the fight. Mario Barrios' output was lackluster. Pacquiao did enough to take it from the champ. And it is what it is. No spilt milk. Let's move on to these next fights. Let's support these two new avenue streams that they got, at least for the one for Pacquiao. Let's continue to push him as a great fighter, whether he retires or not. I think he's still got a little bit left in that tank. I think I would rather see him with a Floyd or somebody on the same caliber. I don't want to see him with none of these young Thundercats that are popping and punching. I don't want to see him get hurt. But anyways, that's our opinion. Hit that like button, comment below. Let us know what you think. It's your boy Cash Robert Sunday Podcast. Until the next time. Peace.